Life hacks every adult should know. Adulting takes everyone by surprise. Make no mistake, we're all faking it till we make it. However, there are a few tips and tricks you can utilize to make your transition into adulthood a little easier. Keep bottles from leaking. Lotion, shampoo, or body wash leaking out of luggage and onto clothes puts a damper onto anyone's vacation. Prevent that mess from happening with this simple traveling hack. To keep your toiletries from spilling onto your other items, place them in a leak-proof travel bag. If you need to pack them for your carry-on kit, you can buy TSA-approved travel pouches or use the appropriately sized sandwich bags, which is a quart. To keep them from leaking completely, cover them in plastic wrap first to ensure that this is going to be the most hassle-free trip you've ever taken. Read your student loan details. For students who barely afforded to pay for college, graduation comes with a bag of mixed feelings. Although you're happy to finally be done with school and move on with your life, the looming threat of paying your student loans back lurks somewhere in the distance, about 6 months away. Make sure you know everything about your investments, as in what type of loans you're paying back, the interest it's accruing, and what you can do to make your monthly payments smaller. In some cases, you can pay an incredibly reduced amount or not pay at all if your job isn't making enough money at the moment. The right way to post it. How would you feel if we told you that you've been using Post-it notes the wrong way this whole time? Most of us peel the sticky note from the bottom corners. What ends up happening is that the paper curls at the top where the adhesive is. One way to prevent that is to pull from side to side instead. Sure, that seems like a pointless hack, but if you're the type of person to use sticky notes all the time for work or organization, it'll keep your paper sticky and neat. On-the-go salad dressing. What to do about those tiny empty liquor bottles? Reddit users had a solution. Instead of wasting those containers and throwing them away, one Reddit thread recommended you reuse the bottles as a way to store salad dressing for lunch at work. Bringing to-go containers for your dressing keeps your veggies fresh and not soggy with all that absorbed liquid. Plus, the Tupperware the salad comes in will smell less like balsamic vinegar or ranch because you kept it separate. Always use cold water. There aren't too many reasons you should use hot water for laundry. So make everything easier for yourself, and on your bills, by only using cold water. Most clothes can be put in cold water and not sustain any damage. A lot of laundry detergents contain enzymes that work in water as cold as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold water is also suitable for dark and bright colors that have dyes that are prone to bleeding. Buy dry cleaners. Tags that read those 3 stressful words, dry clean only, don't necessarily mean that is the only way to clean your fabrics. It's just a highly recommended method. We don't always have time or money to visit the dry cleaners. Rest assured, there is another way. Buy at-home dry cleaning products that allow you to use your dryer. Or you can put the clothes in cold water and mild detergent on the delicate cycle or hand wash it while it's in the wash. A lingerie bag also ensures the safety of your clothes. Just don't place those items in the dryer once the washer's done with them. The unit price. The trick to saving money on groceries isn't always only checking the price. That one item is priced cheaper than the identical item on a different brand, but look at the unit price. Are you getting your money's worth? The unit price is how much you pay per unit, as in by ounces, pounds, or servings. At grocery stores, you can find the unit price on the shelf next to the full amount. Bake in foil. If you live alone or with one other person, make cooking nights easier, faster, and even healthier by baking whole meals in foil. For days you want to eat salmon, chicken, or baked potatoes, take aluminum foil, fill it with meat, olive oil or butter, veggies, and some seasoning, then throw it in the oven. Your food will cook in no time, and you won't have any dishes to clean up. Save luggage room. Some people don't believe in rolling clothes, but those that are pro-roll say that you do save room in your luggage. Plus, rolling clothes prevents wrinkles from forming on your tightly packed outfits. To properly roll clothes, lay your clothes flat and begin folding the bottom 2 inches inside out so that it creates a pocket. Go to the top of the piece of clothing and roll it down into the pocket. This way, your clothes stay in place. Test out hotel irons. If you decided to forego the rolling method, or there are just some clothes that wrinkle no matter what, at least hotels usually come with an iron and an ironing board. Don't be so quick to turn it on and use it though. Before you iron your clothes, take a towel and run the iron over that. The hotel might not regularly clean the iron, leading brown deposits to stain your clothes. Always check beforehand. Give online banking a try. Trying online banking can be scary, and that's understandable. The world is used to going to physical banks and trusting them to hold their money. However, a few people swear by online banking since many of them don't have any monthly maintenance fees, a minimum balance, or high interest rates. Online banks don't have to be so expensive because they save money on not having to hire so many employees. All in all, online banks are cheaper, but be cautious. Only join an online bank that has FDIC or Federal Deposit Insurance Corp insurance, so that if the bank goes under or makes a mistake, you will still have all your money. Not just for hair. You can also use your hair straightener to smooth out wrinkles in clothes. Imagine a scenario where your iron malfunctions and you need to be at work or a special event. If you or someone in your household has a straightener on hand, use it on your clothes. Just make sure that the plates are clean and iron away. No more crying. Preparing a meal with onions can turn into a whole debacle that involves you continuously crying and wiping your eyes. Then getting onion juice in your eye and then making you cry more. Let's put an end to that. Soak that onion in a bowl of water real quick. Cut the ends off before you place it into the bowl and leave it in there for at least 10 minutes. Doing so reduces the chances of tears. Remember what's borrowed. We've all had moments where our friends forgot what they borrowed from us or what they lent you. This next tip can work two ways. When you borrow something, take a picture of you holding the item and then send it to your friend, or take a picture of them holding the item. Whatever works for you. Either way, some part of you will see the photo and remember that this specific item was borrowed. Caution for credit cards. If you own a credit card, learn these 3 letters. APR. APR stands for annual percentage rate, which refers to the amount your credit card company charges you for keeping a balance on your credit card. The company charges your account interest if you don't pay off the full amount every month. Sign up with places with an APR you know you can manage. Hang instead of store. Whether you own a lot of pots and pans or just a handful, save extra cabinet space by storing that cookware on the outside. Cookware can be a kitschy addition to your kitchen decor, and you can install a display easily. Just install a towel rack and use hooks to hang the pots. Seeing all your equipment outside will ensure you're not pulling all those cooking dishes from the cabinet to search for one specific thing. Keep it private. Look, we're not judging you for any of the content you post on social media, but your future employers might. Depending on the type of companies you want to work for, you should set your Facebook and Instagram accounts, and even Twitter, on private. To egg or not to egg? Perhaps one of the most challenging foods to determine freshness with is an egg. The shell makes it nearly impossible to figure out whether the insides are okay to eat. Alas, there is a surefire way to know. Place those mysterious eggs into a bowl of water. Fresh eggs will stay at the bottom of the bowl on their sides. Old eggs will float. If it's just stale, that egg will have its rounded end pointed towards the surface of the water. No defensive driving. Not only will learning defensive driving make you feel safer on the road, but it will also lower your car insurance by 10%. That may not seem like a significant number, but if you're living on a lower income or budget, then every corner you can cut is worth it. You can most likely find a class under $50 online. For an insurance discount that can last 3 years, this feels like a bargain. Road rage problems. Are you prone to road rage? It can feel justified when the person near you appears to have never gone to driving school at all, but the best idea is not to resort to name-calling, excessive honking, or overall anger. Try this little trick instead. Pretend the person driving is your grandma or grandpa or someone you care about. It sounds silly, but it can be enough, at least for the moment, to calm down. Snap that luggage. When traveling with luggage via train or plane, it's recommended that you take a picture of your luggage. That way, if it ever ends up lost or stolen, you have a photo of what your stuff looks like instead of just supplying a vague description or having to remember the brand, shape, and model. Lost and found. This is for the Good Samaritans. If you find a wallet or ID someone left behind, you can just mail it back. You're saving the person the hassle of retracing their steps, and you of trying to find them. You can stick an ID or driver's license in any mailbox, or you can go to the post office and the postal service will send it back to the address on the card. You can do this with a whole wallet too. Someone does have to pay the postage fee though. Usually it's around 50 cents. The 5-second rule. Keep your dog safe by adhering to this 5-second rule. During summertime, your dog is probably begging you to take a walk outside. However, mind their safety before indulging them. Place the back of your hand on the sidewalk. If it's too hot to keep your hand there for at least 5 seconds, then it's too hot for your canine's paws. Just order the large. Do you need to save money on food? Most of you will plan to cook more home meals than eat out or order food, and that's great. That's the first step to leading a more frugal life. There are smart ways to order food though. When ordering pizza, just order a large instead of 2 medium pizzas. More often than not, you get more pizza on the large than the 2 smaller ones combined. Pizza lasts a few days, so if you have some left over, you can munch on it later. Before we reveal number 1, we have a question for you. We all have to grow up sometime, so we're gonna take a step back and look back at the good old times. What is your favorite memory from childhood? Let us know in the comments below. 1. Don't pay for ebooks. One of your New Year's resolutions may be to read more. You needn't visit the bookstore so often thanks to e-readers. Good news is you don't have to drive to the library for free books either. Many libraries have online books you can check out for free. Knowledge and entertainment don't always have to come at a cost.